Hi there, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you're a return viewer. You're watching the Cross-Stitch review of books, and I'm your host, Kerry. Now today making a rather impromptu book haul video. I wasn't planning to do one, but frankly, because of a lot of reasons that I've gone on about and over about in the last few months, money, jobs, whatever, I have not been buying books. I haven't been putting the old card number down online and buying piles of books like I have been in the recent decade or so. Just a lot of uncertainty in my life and basically, to be honest, a lack of money. But things turned around a little bit this week, and I wasn't expecting to do a January book haul. I was going to flag it and just concentrate on if something came my way on the next month, February. But in the last 2 days, 2 books have arrived on my doorstep by courier. The products of crowdfunding efforts which I was part of last year. So it's given me something to look at and something to talk about on camera with you. Now it is a Wednesday evening, about 7:30 p.m, and it is stinking hot in here. The sun is shining in through the curtains that are off camera that way. I've shut them so I don't look like a terrible spectre. Like I said, it's hot, so I'm going to get hot and sticky and my nose will probably start running, so it'll be all that gross stuff that you're used to in my videos. Anyway, like I said, it's 7:30 p.m. The reason I'm doing it this time rather than in the weekend in the morning like I used to do is because it is the 31st of January here, and I really want to get this video out of the door, out of the gate, uploaded before the month is over. Don't ask me why, it just seemed like the right thing to do, to actually get a January book haul out in January. So anyway, with no further ado, the first book that arrived on Monday morning, at the door, I was working at home and I heard a package drop onto the step, and that was this book, The Complete Saucer Country by Paul Cornell and artist Ryan Kelly. Now, Paul Cornell's a gentleman I followed for a number of years. He seems to duck in and out of genre story. He's been involved in Doctor Who and other franchises like that, and he writes a lot of his own standalone stuff and his own continuing series. And I find he's around the same age as me, and I find his attitudes and thoughts kind of match my own. So I'm always happy to have a look at what he's involved in. He's on a couple of podcasts that I listen to, and anyway, he's a writer mainly, and he writes in genre fields. And about 2012, 2013, he was putting out an ongoing comic called Saucer Country, and it was published by the Vertigo imprint, and it ran for several issues and then got cancelled, and that wasn't a great deal of fun for the creators or the fans of it. Apparently not enough people bought it, and then he shipped it around to other publisher, and I think IDW put out a second series under the name Saucer Nation, I believe it was, and that ran for another year or two, and it was cancelled and it was unfinished. I think Cornell originally wanted to continue the story onward and involve more, but it came to a sudden halt. And anyway, a couple of years ago, he decided that he wanted to give his fans an actual ending to the story, and they crowdfunded The Complete Saucer Country, or this, and you could just get the standalone final issue of the comics if you were collecting it that way. I had the collected trades of Saucer Country and Saucer State. They were put out after the runs of the comics, and they were like big trade soft cover books, and that's how I read it. And the plot itself is mainly, almost incidental. It is about a US politician in the southwest United States, Arcadia Alvarado, I believe her name is, a Hispanic woman, and she comes to believe that she has been abducted by aliens and all the connotations of that. And as part of the storyline, basically, it explores the folklore, lore, myth and legend around ufology that's developed in the last 60, 70 years in the United States and around the world, and all the crazy contradictions and liars and fantabulous and fantasists, as I was trying to say then, all the cults and all that type of thing, and all the conflicting beliefs and people who seem to think they know what's going on but really don't. And Source of Country and Source of State and Source of Country, the complete Source of Country, kind of takes a close look at all the stuff, but it's kind of fictionalized as well. So the people in the book are close to the real life individuals and organisations involved, but a little far removed. Anyway, I enjoyed it. It's a celebration of the weird and wackiness of ufology. It's something I personally have been interested in since I was about 10. Read all the books on it as far as I could get, and was a true believer for a while, but then I kind of turned around in later life, and well, not later life, a couple of decades ago, and you know, kind of understand with the consensus now is that 99% of it is complete bullshit and bunking, and it's the 1% which remains, or unexplained, unexplainable. Could be a variety of causes. I'm not going to rule out alien beings completely, but I think that's a fairly unlikely. It's more likely there are a variety of phenomenon that we're talking about and a variety of causes, and your guess is as good as mine because nobody knows the answers, and if you think they do, you get sucked into this conspiracy nonsense that the government is hiding the secrets because it's something that we can't know, blah 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 blah. Debates go on, and it's got worse over since the birth of the internet. Anyway, I enjoyed the book. It is a lot of fun. It's very head-scratching. I find Cornell's views on the whole ufology thing kind of match mine. He loves the folklore aspect of it, and the idea about beliefs and that type of thing. And the artwork by Ryan Kelly is top-notch. It's fully coloured, detailed. He's got a good thing for facial expressions, like you can see there. And he's great at drawing the weird and the wonderful and people's reaction to it. So that is the complete Source of Country. I don't know where you can buy that now. This was produced by a company called Zoop. It's kind of a sometime combination crowdsource funding and comic publisher. They did this about 18 months ago or more. It seems like ages ago that I actually put the money up for this. Like I said, you can get the separate, just ending section of the entire story if you've already got the rest of it, which I had, but I bought this anyway because I wanted to support it. So that is Source of Country by Paul Cornell Ryan Kelly. I'm sure it's available somewhere online, if nowhere else. Probably your local comic shop may have a way of getting it for you anyway. So I'll add a link if I can find one anyway. So Source of Country. Okay. Yesterday, I was sitting at work doing my training to become a representative of a certain airline, and a guy walked past my window right in front of me. He gave me a smile, thumbs up, whatever, what the hell's going on, and it was a courier, and I had been notified that this next book had been sent finally after about another one that would took about 18 months to 2 years since it was funded, and I was surprised that it got here so quickly. It was shipped like Saturday New Zealand time from the United States and arrived on Tuesday, so that is some shipping. I think a lot of our local couriers have a lesson to learn from. I think it was Federal Express which took it. I find that courier service within New Zealand is often longer, takes longer, and has more delays than getting something from the other side of the world, so that's a rant for another time. Anyway, what I'm talking about here is this wonderful, bulky monster of a book called Shift Happens by, let me try and murder the pronunciation, Marcin Wichary, a Polish-American gentleman. He's a computer programmer and designer, and he's done a complete deep dive into lots of design issues, and this book he started researching a decade ago or more. And Shift Happens, as the title may or may not suggest to you, is about the keyboard, the evolution of keyboard and the devices we use keyboards on, typewriters, computers, all the stuff, all the way back to the earliest days and right up to when the book was finished being written, you know, a year or two ago. And it is a massive tome. It is a 2-volume hardcover box set in this slipcase, as you can see, and there is also an extras volume which contains a separate index to the other books and all sorts of other little articles and snippets and Easter eggs which you couldn't fit into the main volumes. Let me just get one of them out to show you. This thing weighs about 6 kilograms or something, so bear with me. Okay, so this is volume 2. It is fully illustrated. The text is what I've seen of it so far. I've barely scratched the surface, but there are wonderful, wonderful photographs of all the technology, all the keyboards, all the computers that use the keyboards, and all the stuff, all the people involved. It is a marvelous, marvelous publication, and very niche, I suppose. One of those things that could probably only exist these days due to crowdfunding, but I'm very happy with it. It wasn't cheap exactly. I mean, getting something this size from the other side of the world, it's going to incur quite a penalty, but I had the money at the time, and I'm happy that I did. I was happy to be part of something like this. So that is Shift Happens. There is a website dedicated to this book. Mr. Wichary himself has put up, and I believe they're offering the books that weren't earmarked for backers. There's going to be a small stock of them available to ordinary customers soon. I don't know what the price is going to be like or anything about it, so I'll put the link up on that as well. Maybe over here if I can remember to do it. Okay, so that is Shift Happens. Very pleased with it. So that's pretty much it. So that's going to be my, hang on, I'll just put the books away. That's going to be my January book haul, such as it is. I'd like to go back to the old days of buying a pile of books from the book depository in Amazon or what have you, but you know, things have changed, and I have to kind of like stabilise my situation before I can relax and get back to that type of thing. One thing I have been doing is getting hold of ebooks. I've discovered the new functionality where you can send old ebooks in EPUB format up to your Kindle library via a website. I had a lot of EPUB books which I couldn't read on an actual Kindle before, and I've discovered this new to me system, and I am filling my Kindle library with stuff which I have wanted to read forever, and it just is going to sit there until I get around to it. I am still working my way through Hyperion Omnibus. I've started on the Fall of Hyperion. I'm enjoying it, but I find the main framing, the main structure is really not as good as the first part, but it remains to be seen. It's different, it's continuing the story, but it's very different style. Okay, so I think we're done here, and I am starting to sweat and get red like a beetroot, I think, and my nose is starting, so we'll sign off there, and I'll try and get this thing up by midnight, 31st of January 2024. Okay then folks, hope you have a good day, hope you enjoy life, and everyone's treating you fine and kindly. We'll be back soon.